Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks to EIF for having me. Well, that's a pretty barbed question. It is, of course, a question we find in our path time and time again over the last 20 years. I've been working on this. And there is no real clear answer. On one side, you would say, well, material that is strictly harmful and also illegal, it should be removed. On the other side, everything that is harmful but not strictly illegal, what to do with that? Do we do counter-speech? Do we do education, media awareness? I think during my story, we will maybe get to some conclusions. So, fake news, hate speech in the social media. It's not a new phenomenon, hate speech. Disinformation and propaganda, as it used to be known, has always been a part of attempts to change people's minds and behavior, and at times very successful, sadly. The old Soviets called it agitprop, agitation propaganda, and the Nazis used it to establish their ideology and to boost and enhance the very present, already very present anti-Semitism in Germany and Europe, further ripening the German population for the war, which was, among other things, war against the Jews, against Europe and democracy. The difference with fake news as it is used now is not so big. The mechanisms are the same. Lies, repeat lies, result. The only real difference is the vehicle that's used, the internet, the social media, which makes disinformation maybe 1 million times faster in spread, but also in reach and in penetration. The problem is exacerbated by the old gatekeepers of the news, the old media, the journalists, newspapers, television. A lot of them are really doing their best, and also, I'm afraid, a lot of them are abandoning their principles of check and double check, and increasingly just copy material which they found on the social media. Fake news creates and enhances divisions, it pits groups against each other, and ultimately it influences policy making. The most dangerous development in our minds is the mainstreaming and normalization of cyber hate, also by use of the social media, and normal political parties who take aboard hate from populist parties in order to win back votes, but also democratic parties which become inundated by anti-Semitism, which has most pregnant examples right now, the Polish PIS, the British Labour Party, Fidesz and Jobbik in Hungary, and others showing a more multi-opportunity hatred, so also hate against Muslims, refugees, and others. It is high time that also political parties look at themselves and not at each other, to do some soul searching and to clean up internally. Sadly, it was brought to my attention a few days ago that also all is not well in MEP country. I was confronted with the news on Twitter that an MEP had called Jewish organizations a very perverse lobby that tells a lot of lies and uses intimidation tactics. That's unbelievable to hear that. And what's more, another fact, an assistant of another MEP tweeted a few days ago that he loves using the word cunt for feminist women he does not agree with. I would say politicians should lead by example, all of them. We need politicians to be more aware also of internal hate and take action upon it. At an astonishing speed, the digital public space is getting poisoned. I've been working on cyber hate since 1995, and it was never so bad as it is right now. Not only illegal hate is a problem, there's enough hate speech around that is not illegal in one of our countries or in all of Europe, but which is also not harmless banter. It sets a sphere, it sets a tone. As we have seen time and time again, words do have consequences, always. Just one recent example about fake news having led to violence is a picture of 2 white women, all beaten up, And the caption says, they went to the premiere of the new Black Panther movie and they were beaten up by black thugs who decided that white women should not go to this movie. It's fake news, it's hate speech, it's around there. So what to do? We are very much in favor of so-called combination therapy, something that also reflects the way our members are working in Europe. We do research, we report, we remove, we educate in the form of legal action, counter-speech, debunking of fake news and myths. We create media awareness, we write e-learning courses, we come with positive narratives, and we give citizens the tools to counter online hate. And our network has started to use a new system, a database to collect hate speech cases through incoming complaints and through research. And this will give us, hopefully, a better insight in how hate and recruitment takes place, recruitment towards illegal and extreme groups, and what online trigger events are. And all through this, we also hope to develop better and new strategies to combat cyber hate, like the e-learning project Facing Facts Online, which we helped our members AG build, and counter-speech modules we will develop during the coming years. During the last 2 years, we have been involved in the EC monitoring exercises of the social media platforms, and we see that the social media is really doing their best in taking action and getting better at it, but we're not there yet. Lots has to be done still. It is at least good news that social media has shown more awareness of the problems. Also, sadly, because of the developments recently in society on both sides of the Atlantic. And there's also more willingness to act on the side of the social media. So, concluding this, because of words, 73 years ago, this continent murdered 6 million Jews industrially. Never again is what we have been saying for a long time, and still. Now the internet facilitates a strong resurgence of hate. Anti-Semitism is back full force. Hate against Muslims, against Roma, Sinti, refugees, women, others, long list. And this time the hate comes from multiple sides. Populists, extreme right, minorities themselves, left-wing parties. It comes from those who should be guiding lights, rather use hate, but rather use hate as electoral currency, risking the destruction of our democracies. Yeah, we do need regulation, but we need to do more. Removal, education, counter-speech, I've said it before. We are doing it in 20 countries, and help us, complain to us, join us, support us. It's not too late. Thank you very much.